Welcome back to the Rhodes Pod. What's the Skinny Podcast? Episode 21. College baseball. Westminster Titans are the top seed for this week's President's Athletic Conference Championships. I'm speaking in this episode with Ty Carrier, a sophomore, and Breckin Minich, a freshman, both from Redbank Valley. They've had a tremendous season for the Titans. Make sure I hope you enjoy this podcast. Pardon the couple times where our internet connection froze the screen a little bit. The audio and video come back, so it's nothing that you can't get through. Excellent interview with both Ty Carrier and Breckin Minich. Make sure you can find the Rhodes Pod, What's the Skinny Podcast on all the platforms for podcasting on the RSS.com network. Enjoy this and have a good day. A couple great guests here. D9 natives Ty Carrier and Breckin Minich, Westminster Titans baseball top seed for the first time ever in the President's Athletics Conference playoffs starting Wednesday morning in Washington. First, Ty, great to see you, both you guys. Great to see you on the program here.
Yeah, you too.
Now, I must say, the time I saw you this year, you're 0-1, and Breckin is 0 for 1 lifetime when I've seen him in a Westminster uniform. Of course, if I had to come out and watch you guys beat La Roche, your numbers would be a lot better, right, Breckin? I mean, I saw you briefly down at Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I saw you. I saw La Roche was there, and then we ended up playing you guys in the regular season there.
Yeah. So I'm getting a little nostalgic because I just watched Jameson play his last college stuff. We're going to go back to Little League first thing. Give me something. What's one of your first best memories, Ty, of playing baseball in New Bethlehem Little League?
Oh, I remember playing for the Mets when I was younger, and we had, I think it was like 4 teams or something. And our team was special. I mean, we had some underdogs, but we got some big wins, and I know we made it to like the finals, but we ended up losing on a coin flip. So, but it was really fun back then playing for some of the guys I still talk to, but not really anymore. But it was just fun playing for them.
Give me some name drops, and can you name the lineup? Give me some. Who are the studs?
I know Ethan Myers is on my team. Cole Bish. Oh wow, that's about all I remember.
Okay, head coach was. Wow. You guys, now that should be something I forget. You guys aren't that old. All right, Breckin, give me something.
I would say I was on this team called the Orioles, and we went undefeated. And then that was probably one of the best memories because we still talk about it to this day about how we beat up on all of our friends. So that's definitely one of
that's why Ty doesn't remember any. That's why Ty doesn't remember any of his
we beat up on them.
What about you? What do you got? Who's your name drop for me here?
I know the Klaus twins were on that team. Izzy Bond played.
Okay.
And I think that's about all I know off the top of my head. But yeah, so we go back and talk about that every now and then.
Lifetime batting average against Ty Carrier in games that counted in Little League or older or younger.
Oh, I don't know. We didn't really face off in Little League much, but once when we got to like high school and now in like the fall, we faced a couple against each other's a lot in the fall. So it was a good match.
Okay, let's talk about that. And then we're going to backtrack because you guys have had fantastic seasons. That had to be really interesting because you're trying, Breckin and Ty, you guys are trying to make a name for yourself on this roster. So that's a competitive bet that might mean a heck of a lot more than what you remember in Little League. Explain how that went, Breckin.
I would just say like he'd like throw a good pitch or something, and I'd just like smile back at him and try to forget it and get the next pitch. And also with catching him all my life, it kind of helped out. I kind of knew a little bit of his pitches and what he liked to throw, but he got me multiple times there when I didn't really want to. So
okay, did you get him out, Ty?
Yeah, he still doesn't hit off me, but he's eventually going to get there.
Okay, let's talk about this Westminster team, and the resume here is just fantastic. It's so impressive. 28-10, The next win breaks the program record for wins in a season. You're the top seed for the PAC playoffs for the first time in program history. You open against Chatham in Washington, as we said on Wednesday, and this is a team, I believe, 5 walk-off wins this year. Breckin has a hit to end one of them, and you have 2 wins and 2 of the 5. So you guys have benefited or had it happen in 3 of those 5. Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. First, Ty, you were here last year. You guys were a 500 team, and now you're the top seed for will be a tough tournament. I know you guys realize that going into the week. What's been the big key here team wise? And we'll talk about what you guys have meant to this team.
I feel like our team is just they're all bought in. Like every single player, everybody's picking each other up, and I think everybody's just ready to get this thing rolling, and they're all bought into the team, and we all want to go for that championship. That's our number one goal.
Was it about pitching, hitting, improve? Which one improved the most? What was the big thing there that seems to be the big key of you guys being as good as you are right now?
I definitely think our hitting. We brought back some pitchers, but a lot of the pitchers are new this year, and they have really stepped up. But our hitting has been outstanding this year. I can't say enough of those guys. They've just been swinging the barrel well, and we've been finding ways to win, whether it's in the 9th or early. We've just been finding different ways to win ball games.
Yeah, well, yeah, 5 walk-off wins when you're 28-10, and Breckin, we'll talk about you as a freshman coming in, trying to do something to help this team. How daunting was that in your mind, and when did you realize, hey, I can play at this level? And we'll get into the stats here in a minute for both you guys.
So at first, like, I didn't really think about it as like going up there and getting a hit. I just thought about like winning each pitch and winning the battle, and then all those little things will add up to where like leading up to getting hits and just taking the little wins. So yeah, every day was a grind, and it started in the fall. But yeah, I knew any opportunity I ended up getting, I'd have to take advantage of, and yeah, that was my mindset going into this year.
Well, and we'll get to Ty in a minute because he has his own great stats. But I looked this up. You went 38 straight bats, 38 straight plate appearances, Breckin, to start your college career without striking out, and that speaks to. I didn't. Did you know that?
No, I didn't really know that.
Yeah, because when a guy goes in college and you have 72 at bats, you've struck out 5 times. Let me ask you, would you have liked to have the ABS to bring back maybe a couple of those?
Yeah, there was one last game that I wish I could challenge, but we'll see about it. Hopefully they bring that back into the game down here.
I mean, as far as your swing pattern, your bat's in the zone so much. Is that why you're having success? And Ty, is that what you see from him? Well, we'll first talk Breckin. I mean, you're 15 for your last 33. It's about putting the ball in play. You've always been that way.
Yeah.
And the results are happening.
Yeah. I'd say like my approach, like without 2 strikes. But then if I get 2 strikes on me, like my whole mindset changes to where I can like just like fight a pitch off and get to the next one. And like with my confidence, I don't think like anyone can really strike me out. So like I take that with big confidence, and yeah, like just not sorry about that. But
yeah, it's all right.
Hold on, I'm starting. Sorry. I would just say like, how can I say this?
The fact you're putting the ball in play is getting results, and it's not, it's just something that's been part of your batting stats your whole career.
Yeah, I would say because when you put the ball in play instead of striking out, there's more chances of them making an error and you getting on first base instead of just striking out and going back to the dugout with not even giving yourself a shot.
Ty, you were just named the MVP of this team at the Westbees, I believe, on Monday, and the numbers are remarkable. And we'll say them here. In 33 2/3 innings, you're 5-1 with 3 saves. You have a 0.8 ERA. You've given up 3 earned runs in all those outings. You're obviously coming out of the bullpen, and you've only walked 2. First of all, would the ABS help those stats? Would you want one of those walks back because of the ABS?
And not really.
Okay.
I think some of the walks were definitely walks, but I don't know. I kind of like the umpires making the call.
Okay. All right. But back to the, I mean, last year I saw your only start and most of your innings. And really as a freshman, there was nothing wrong with last year. What the heck happened to Ty Carrier between last year and right now? Because you have obviously turned yourself into, hey, somebody that could help the staff, to somebody who's the MVP of the team. That's impressive. Explain why you're at where you're at right now.
Yeah, I think just getting in the weight room kind of. I mean, I feel like I'm not the biggest, but like getting the legs stronger. I mean, getting the arms kind of bigger, but it's all about living in the zone. I feel like last year I kind of struggled with that a little bit, living in the zone, but this year I'm just attacking guys, just seeing what they're swinging at, seeing what they're not swinging at, but yeah, just attacking guys, filling up the zone, executing my pitches where they need to be, and yeah, that's been mainly my road to success.
Well, it's a heck of a road to success. And what little I saw last year, I'm thinking, okay, Ty's always thrown strikes. He's probably gonna have to start throwing harder because and then probably you can always locate better as a pitcher. But what I saw was, man, if he can throw harder, you're gonna have a chance to get guys out. And apparently that's been the case. And you basically just explained it. I mean, is the fastball harder? Are you would it be is that where it starts?
Well, I recently changed just a two seam.
Okay.
I used to throw a four seam and a two seam, but now it's just a two seam, and it's really moving this year. Like, yeah, I don't think last year I kind of left them middle a lot, but yeah, this year I just got more movement on my two seam. I finally developed how to throw a changeup for a strike, and that's been one of my X factors.
I like the changeup because that really, I mean, if it's again, if you throw it well, you have a chance, right? Even,
Yeah.
you got to throw strikes, but the changeup, man, difference maker. That's awesome. Breckin, what was it like, coming in as a freshman? You get a little bit of preview from Ty, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You have your own challenges, but you're sitting there watching him get the job done every time he's gone out. How cool was that? And from your seat, and you were on the field a lot of that, obviously, as the season went on.
Pretty sick, like growing up together and playing on the same team every time. Like to see him have that success, it definitely motivates me to keep pushing forward too, and to have that success together. And like coming in here to Westminster, like him like leading me through everything and letting me know how things are going to be, and that definitely helped me on the field and off.
They list you at 6'1", 150, Ty. What were you last year?
I think the exact same.
Okay, so you got stronger.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And hiding the ball and all that, because that is part of your repertoire. All of that stuff. How going in the chat? Ironic. We just talked off camera about a 16 bracket and you have a first round game. That doesn't make sense as a top seed. A lot, usually the top two teams get a bye. You can't control that. So ironically, you're playing a team that beat you twice in Chatham. So clearly you're not going to overlook them. First, Ty, what's the key going into this tournament? Because obviously winning Wednesday is a big start. That's what everybody wants to do, is win their first game.
Yeah, I think just winning the first pitch, winning the first inning is going to be a big factor. I know we struggle with this team the past few years, but they got some quality arms, so we're just going to have to find a way to get some barrels on some balls, just execute our pitches, and yeah, I think we'll be just fine if we just
keep playing how we're supposed.
Yeah, keep playing how we're
playing right now.
How do you now this year, you as a pitcher, you get into a rhythm, maybe not so much as a reliever. I don't know how often you pitch back-to-back days or anything like that, but I'm guessing this week it's all hands on deck, and you're going to be ready, maybe obviously multiple days in a row if you have to. What's the mindset there, and how did that go during the year as a reliever? Not every guy can handle a relief job, so you've obviously evolved a little bit.
Yeah, it's just confidence. I know in high school, I never came out of the pen, or I'd be after Jackson, like maybe for an inning or something like that. But yeah, just having the confidence, knowing our starter is going to go a while, and just being that guy that comes out of the pen who throws strikes and just get guys out.
Breckin, explain how you hit your way into this lineup and where the fact that you have some ability to play at different positions. Break down where you have played this year a lot, but how satisfying has it been for you to be a very important contributor going into the postseason here?
Yeah, like coming into college, I thought like my versatility would definitely help me, and showing that in the fall, I think that definitely helped me get onto the field. And then when I got my chance, I didn't hard to try to stay in the lineup. And I played there a game, and then I played shortstop a game, and our third baseman got hurt. So we're hoping to get him back for playoffs, and I've been playing there for the past couple games.
We got interrupted there, and I think we can get through this. The connection wasn't good. So you've played in the most innings where at this point, and where, what was that again?
I would say probably third base at this point. Our third baseman's currently hurt, but he's hopefully we get him back for playoffs coming up here to help us win this tournament.
Your dad was joking. In fact, I think it was against LaRoche. You got to start at first base. Comfortable over there?
Well, that was my first start ever at first base, actually. So I was a little nervous, but after the first inning, I started to settle in there.
I think you had a triple. You guys won. No big deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was interrupted by a rain delay there for a little bit.
That's right. That's right. Talk about what first, Ty, on how you. I mean, and again, I have 4 years of watching my son balance academics and sports, and how tough it really is, and how much sacrifice you guys have to make as a student athlete. Ty, it's your second year. Has the adjustment been hard, easy? Have you found a place where where you got to adjust both? You're halfway through at least, maybe at the least amount before of your education. What's it like? What kind of challenge at Westminster?
It's not that challenging. That's why, like, in the fall, coach always says get your morning classes out of the way. He wants everybody kind of taking earlier or afternoon classes so we can get the practice on time. But it's definitely challenging sometimes if you have like an exam or something like that. He always puts school first before baseball. But yeah, always school before baseball.
Breckin, how big? You're a freshman still. That first semester can be one of the biggest, hardest challenges, and then you had to jump in there. And we're talking baseball. You're trying to make a name for yourself. How's it been your freshman year so far?
Yeah, the first semester was definitely difficult coming in, trying to balance schoolwork, baseball, and like meeting all new kinds of people. But like, I just think like taking it day by day and not like having too much on my plate definitely helped. And like Ty said, with coach being understanding that school comes first, that definitely helped, like a reassurance there to help me focus on my academics, and then baseball will come after that, and then strive on the baseball field when it's baseball time.
We might as well name coach. That's Patrick Riley, 7th season. You guys played for the PAC title last year. Let's not forget that. You guys kind of had a good run, Ty, after being a 500 team. I guess 500 overall. I don't know what seed you were. What seed were you last year in the playoffs?
I believe we were the 4.
Okay. Any experience from that could help this year?
Just seeing different teams and who they're gonna throw. I feel like last year a lot of the PAC teams are returning some of their pitchers, so we'll get to see like that. The Cruz from W&J, we'll get to see him again, and I think just our hitters seeing different pitching throughout the season. We're gonna find a way to get guys on and get guys home and succeed in the tournament.
Well, this has been a thrill. I've been watching you guys. College baseball is a blast. I've been able to experience it from a different angle, but it is awesome to see you guys succeed. You guys are winners. You won at Redbank, and here you are trying to win a title at the PACs. I wish you well. Wish the whole team well, and let's do this again sometime. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.